If you've got a Word document, you might want to put a border around it to make it stand out. In this case, I've put a graphic around it, but you could just have a line, dashed lines, and so on, different colors and thicknesses, and so on. Now I'm using it here on the Mac, but this works exactly the same way in Word. So I've got just a sign here, welcome to the party. I'm going to show you how I did this. So what I'm going to do is just remove all of that. Okay, so the first thing I did was I actually just aligned that in the center, which it is here. So it was left aligned. I've centered it. I also want it to be aligned in the middle of the page. So I'm just going into layout, going to my margins here. I'm choosing custom margins. And over here in the layout tab, you can see I've got the page vertical alignment. It's already saying top. Let's just say centered. And if I click on OK, it's put it there. So how do I add in the border? Well, I go over to the design tab at the top here in the ribbon, and on the far right, I've got page borders. So click on that. I can now see a preview here where there's no borders at all. So I can use these little icons, these 4 icons, to put them in. If I want one with a different thickness or color, I can then go to here, change the color, change the thickness, and then the next one I click on, it does that. I can switch those off. If I switch this one off and back on, it now has those new settings. If I don't want one at all, let me put one in, I can click on none. I'm just going to change the color back to black here just because it's easier to see. I've then got options here, presets, box, with the shadow. Again, I can change the color and so on. I can have it 3D. I can change the width of it and so on. There's also custom here. I can click on that and then I can go and choose just the options that I want. So let's just take a look at if I just use this shadow one here. And if I do OK, let me just zoom to 100%. And you can kind of see it a bit better there. Let's just zoom a bit more. Let's zoom into 200%. And you can see it's kind of got this shadow. If you look on the left, no shadow, and on the right. So a bit hard to see on a small screen like this, but let's just zoom back to 100%. What I'm going to do now is go back to design, choose my page borders, and again, if I wanted to get rid of it completely, I could choose none. I can also add shading. Clicking here, there's no shading there. I could choose a color and I could choose how much of a percentage of that color I want. Sorry, I just had that bit there selected. Let's just undo that. So the shading applies to what you've got highlighted. I should have pointed that out. Let's go back to my page borders, go to shading, and let's choose a different one again. I can choose the style again. Let's make it 10%. And also it is, well, it's already got a color. So let's just do that. Okay, so there you've got that. You also do have, let's just undo that. You've also got page color. If I click on that, I can just quickly choose the whole page. Okay, I'm just going to turn that off because I just don't want to distract from the page borders. But what if you wanted it as a graphic? Well, they've got some that are built in. If I click on page borders, you can choose this option down the bottom that says art. And you can see it's got a whole load of them here, and you might just find one that you like. I'm going to go back up to here. I'm going to choose these trees and click on OK. And there you have it. You can see the borders in. You can easily change it. You could also just go back to none if you like. So you can choose something else until you find what you like. So there you have it. That's how you can add page borders, also a page color to your document. Thanks for watching. If you do like this, please do like, share and subscribe and come back for more.